Tune in to the Real Estate Roundup with the River Counties Association of Realtors. Join us every last Thursday of the month at 12 p.m. on Fiesta 99.1 and every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. on Mix 104.1 as we explore the latest in real estate. Whether you're buying, selling, or just love real estate, don't miss our expert advice and exclusive insights. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's explore the dynamic world of real estate in our vibrant River Counties community. Catch Real Estate Roundup and make your property dreams a reality. Welcome to the River County Real Estate Roundup. And today we are fortunate to have Jaime Alderman, a realtor at Award Realty here in town. She's a loan officer, tax expert, travel advisor, educator, and all-around multitasker. So Jaime, thanks for being here, and there's quite a bit to your name, huh?
Yes, it's getting longer and longer. Thank you for having me, Michael. I definitely stay busy, but I do enjoy everything that I do.
That's a good thing. Otherwise, you'd be miserable,
yes.
Right? So let's talk about your business and that, and I'd like to get our listening audience to kind of know a little bit about your background, your personal story as to what you want to share, and so if you built such a unique mix of careers, which kudos to you. And how did all of this start? Where did that come from?
I don't know. My best friend's mom always called me a squiggle because I couldn't just decide on one thing. So
Okay.
It's probably ADD. But I grew up in Maryland, Ocean City, Maryland. I moved to Tennessee to go to Lee in 1995.
Okay.
And when I did that, I had to get a part-time job. So right across the street, walking distance from the college, was a real estate firm called Prudential Botts and Associates. And I got a job there as the receptionist.
Okay.
So it was just so much fun. They were all just happy all the time, laid back, goofing off at work. It just seemed like, I want to do this. So I really enjoyed the people that I worked with there. It made a huge impact on me. So when I did graduate, I kind of was like, well, I still want to do that real estate thing because they made it look really, really fun. So that's kind of where my love of real estate started, was back in college.
See, that's all it takes sometimes, right? And
Yep.
we think we're going on one path and we go to a different one.
We go to a different one.
So what about all the other things that you've gotten into, travel and taxes
So
and that?
that kind of stuff kind of just happened. They were hobbies and things I did naturally.
Okay.
I would always plan the trip. So if we did family trips, I was the one that was planning it. So I would plan stuff for my friends. I'd be the one looking to try to find the deals. And so one of my friends actually started working for the company I work for, which is Enchanted Memories Travel.
Okay.
And so I reached out to him because I was like, it seems like you're doing really well at this. And he's like, yeah, you should try it too. And I was like, well, I guess I will. And it's really taken off. It's a lot of fun. So that is just kind of a hobby that I started doing. Taxes were the same, which I know doesn't sound like fun to the majority
Right.
of people in the world, but I really like taxes.
Okay. We're going to leave you in that category.
I know. It is probably my favorite job. It's seasonal, so I don't get to do it all the time, but it's just, it's almost like doing a logic puzzle. Every client that sits in front of me has a unique situation
Sure.
and a scenario, and I have to kind of like Jenga all the puzzle pieces together, and I really like it. So it kind of keeps me on my toes, and there's a lot of continuing ed with that, but I do enjoy it.
So you're telling me you'd like to do taxes all year round?
I would do taxes all year round.
So
I
that'll be
would,
another
which
show. We're
is
going to unfold all of
crazy.
that.
Probably need counseling.
No, kudos to you for doing all that. So let's talk about real estate, right? And what's your focus right now in this business? As we're heading towards the end of the year, getting into a new year. None of us know where things are going. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, I've been doing real estate, like I said, from college, so
Sure.
a while now. And the part that I really like the most about it are the people that I get to work with.
Right.
So over the years, I've made a lot of friends. My business primarily now is really built on those friendships and referrals that I
Sure.
get from them. So my focus, the end of this year and kind of moving forward, has been trying to create opportunities to visit with those people.
Right.
Because I find like I'm kind of moving toward empty nesting, so I'm actually getting a little bit more time in my life back, but still we're also busy. We're just busy all
Yeah.
the time, busy, and so it's hard to maintain relationships. So I'm trying to be more I guess disciplined in calling my friends, going
Sure.
out and getting coffee, making sure that I am really following
Checking in.
up with them and checking
Yeah.
in on them as friends, not just for business, but
Right.
to maintain those relationships.
Sure.
Because I think that's super important. Real estate is a relationship. And
Yep.
most of the times, and most of the realtors that I know, we get to be friends with the people that we work with.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
We're just very extroverted people.
Yeah.
So we have lots and lots of friends. But
Oh, yeah, I hear you. And yeah, for all the years I've been in it, when you get to that point in your career of the people that know you, like you, and trust you, you now can build that network, because
Right.
you got the people that are going to refer you to other people because they know you're going to take care of their friends or their family or whatever it might be. And
Yeah.
so that's a great way to do it. That also speaks to your credibility too, because if you have that network now, that means you have done a great job for those people as well.
Right.
So
like I can think I've had a pretty good year with real estate, honestly, despite all the kind of craziness within the world.
Oh, yeah.
But like even in this past couple of months, I had one client that I was greeting at church with one of my friends, and he was just kind of talking, and he's like, well, my dad's kind of relocating here. And I was like, oh, okay, and I ended up helping his dad relocate and get in
Sure.
a house so that they could kind of better take care of him. I had another one that was a past client. I sold her a house a couple of years ago. She got married, so we got to get rid
New
of one of
house.
those houses.
Yep.
And then just yesterday, I'm working with some first-time home buyers, and they were actually tax clients of mine that I've had for years
There
and
you go.
years, and I've just kind of watched them grow up and get married
Sure.
and have family, and now they're ready to buy a house. So it's very rewarding. It makes it kind of feel like, just a family
yeah, then
affair.
you're part of their life decisions.
Yeah,
and,
it's really good.
and real estate is always going to be a major decision in somebody's life, whether good, bad, or indifferent. It's a huge task to put in your life of I want to move or I want to sell my house or whatever it might be. So that's great. And like I said, that speaks volumes to what you have done with your past clients for them to continue to reach out to you. Let's talk about leadership and education. I know you do a lot of education, so you're involved in quite a bit of education, right?
I am. I came to Lee, and my degree is in teaching.
Okay.
So I graduated. I taught in Georgia for a little while. I've taught in Tennessee, in Cleveland for a little while. I've done private school education. I did like virtual school. I've done a lot within the school system, and I homeschooled all my kids.
Okay.
So, and they got full ride scholarships, guys, so I did
Nice.
a good job. But I have a lot of experience in teaching, and so one thing that I had always kind of like wanted to do was teach for the real estate classes.
Sure.
Because I'd always watch Susan, and I'd be like, oh, I want to do that too. But I wasn't really sure how to get into it. And so I was talking with Angela, who works at the board,
Right.
and we were just kind of, because she also teaches, we were just kind of like, I don't know, what do we think? And we just kind of threw it out there to see if we could get certified to teach and how hard it was going to be. And it ended up being awesome. And we went to Nashville together. We went through all the classes
Sure.
together. And so now I can teach real estate classes too,
Nice.
which was a bucket list item.
Sure.
Which is awesome. So part of that I like, one, I get to meet lots of agents aside from just doing transactions.
Right.
And I think that helps business too, because there's a lot of us out there.
Yeah, we all got to work together.
We
Yep.
all have to work together.
Yep.
And so that kind of gives you more of a rapport. If you've already met and you've established relationship, and then when I need to call and like ask you questions about your listing
Right.
or vice versa, there's a natural relationship already built
Sure.
there, which I think is good. Two, it helps me learn everything better because
Right.
if you have to teach something,
gotta know
then
it.
you got to know it. And so
Yeah.
it almost forces me to like study and to look and dig into the forums and that kind of thing, which makes me a better real estate agent.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know, all in
definitely.
all.
Well, and
So-
if you're teaching your counterparts, like you said, then when you get to negotiating with them, there's already that trust built between each other that you're going to do it on the up and up.
Right.
You're going to trust that they're going to do it on the up and up, and it just helps make that transaction a lot smoother for the buyers and sellers.
Yeah, and I do try to do that. I have a lot of experience because I've been
Yeah.
doing this a long time. So I really try to, as much as you can, make the transaction experience smooth
Yeah,
for my
definitely.
clients.
Yep.
And a lot of that is relationship. It's
Yep.
the people that you already know. It's your home inspectors and your pest control guys
Lenders
and your
and-
lenders,
yeah.
and it's
Title
everybody
company,
that's behind
yeah.
the scenes, so that when hiccups happen, because they do always
Sure.
happen.
Oh, yeah.
You can kind of like call each other and work through those solutions easier
Right.
because we have to work together friendly.
Yep.
Not opposing forces,
Right.
but like together in unity to make this happen for people. So
No, you're
I
spot
try to do that.
No, you're spot on because it's emotional and stressful for buyers and sellers. Again, whether it's a good sad situation, doesn't matter. It's going to be stress in their life, and we need to be the rational ones that help them through all that.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
So let's touch on the lending side here. So you work on that side as well. So let's talk about that.
So yeah, that's new.
Okay.
I had a little ad pop up in our MLS system, and I thought, oh, I'll look into that and see what that's like.
Sure.
It is interesting. It is allowing me to, again, because I'm a nerd, I'm guessing, take more classes, but more financial based and lending based, because
Okay.
I know a little bit, from just years of watching how things work and
Sure.
dealing with my friends that are loan officers. But I didn't really know anything, is what I'm finding.
Right.
It's a whole nother iceberg
Level,
of
yep.
stuff that is really confusing. I think that it makes me really value our lenders more, because
Sure.
now I'm like, man, you guys you got to know a lot of information.
Yeah.
Talk about a puzzle. It's harder than taxes, I think. But one thing that I do like about it, it allows me to lend nationally. I'm not trying to lend locally. I have my
Right.
lenders that I use for that. And
Yep.
plus, that makes my job a little bit wild if I've got buyers and I'm
Doing
trying
it
to
all.
do their loan. It's too much.
Yeah.
So I'm not really doing that locally, but this is a national company.
Okay.
So I have realtor friends, like my mom and my brother are realtors in Florida. So I can do loans in Florida. I
Okay.
can do loans for friends that I have in Ohio. So I have some of that I can do. It also has a couple of programs that I haven't really seen here. We can do I-10 loans.
Okay.
And we can do foreign national loans. And we have a lot of investor loans where even some of them, it's based on the income of the property that you would buy. So all of that's kind of high level, but what it does allow me to do is, if we can't get a normal, average, conventional, regular, common loan, this company has some pretty cool products, even bridge loans, where you could, if you were trying to sell your house
Right.
and the market's slow, but you found one that you really want,
Right.
you could get buy a cash offer and then sell your house within 6 months.
Okay.
So there's some really cool stuff within it, but again, I'm a baby. I'm a baby at that. So, but I do have an upline, obviously, that does know everything that I can just
Right.
call.
Lean
His
on.
name is Alex.
Okay.
But it is neat. I really like it for the knowledge part of it, and I think it makes me a better real estate agent.
What's the name of the lending firm you're working with?
It's called Quantic Bank,
Okay.
and it's out of New York.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Give everybody, we're in the middle of our show, give everybody your contact info. How can they reach out to you, and what's the best email, phone numbers, whatever you'd like to
Okay.
give out?
Probably, if you want to reach me the fastest, it's going to be a text message.
Okay.
My phone number is 423-715-2000. So it's 2002, so it's easy to remember.
There you go.
So that's the fastest way to get me. You can always call me. Or you can shoot me an email. Probably the email I check the fastest would be real estate. So that's going to be Alderman, which is my last name. So aldermanrealty@gmail.com.
And it's ALDERMAN.
That is it.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Let's talk about the other hat you're wearing.
No,
So
the
travel.
fun one.
So being a travel agent, tell us
Yes.
about that.
So travel agent really is just for fun.
Sure.
It doesn't pay a ton of money, but it's a fun job. Everybody is happy all the time you're going on vacation.
Right.
So I work with a company. It's called Enchanted Memories Travel, and they're out of Massachusetts.
Okay.
So again, it's a national company. It's creative. Okay, it's like a creative outlet for me. I've planned all kinds of stuff now, so I can do cruises, I can do all-inclusives, Disney. We're real big into Disney. I'm not personally real big into Disney,
Right.
but my company is earmarked, and we get really good deals. So I've sent several friends that do Disney all the time, and they've told me they've not. I mean, it can't beat the prices. So
Well,
if you like Disney, you should
call
probably
you.
give me a call. All-inclusive vacations, European vacations. I've done some just from scratch to Switzerland, and then they hopped all
Oh,
over
wow.
the country. So I can build it up from scratch if you want. National park trips, girls getaways. I mean, you name it, I can do it. And not just planning the trip, but the nice thing about a travel agent is when things go wrong on your vacation,
Yeah.
you can just call, and
Right.
then I'm at the computer in the States with internet, and I can help you.
Trying to fix it.
Try
Yep.
to fix it.
Yep.
So I've had one where they couldn't get into their Airbnb, like they couldn't find the
Oh,
host,
yeah.
their phone wasn't working, so they could like send me a message, and I was like on Messenger, and I'm like trying to call so I could get them their keys. I've had another one that got lost in Panama City, and like
Oh, boy.
I actually ended up like using Google Maps, finding where they were, calling them an Uber from here, and having the Uber pick them
Oh, wow.
up. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do,
Sure.
when you got good internet and stuff. So my goal with travel is to take the stress out of it. So like I'm just kind of like your backup plan if stuff does go wrong, because sometimes it does. Your
Sure.
planes get delayed and all that stuff happens. You don't just have to like try to be doing it yourself. You can call and have somebody else who's not as stressed.
Yep.
Like fix it for you.
Well, there's nothing more stressful when, you're on a plane and then all of a sudden they got to go back to the gate and then you got to
Yes.
get off and you got to rebook and,
Yeah.
it just disrupted your whole trip or you're going to miss connecting flights and that.
Yeah.
But to have somebody that they can pick up the phone and help work through that would obviously be a benefit.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So it is fun. And another thing that's nice about that is then I get to actually work with my realtor friends that
Right.
like in a different kind of way, which
Sure.
is also nice.
Yep.
So I've planned a couple vacations for the people that I work with in those other jobs. And same with taxes. Some of my tax preparer friends, I send them on trips. And so it's nice. It just kind of, again, builds that more rapport,
More rapport, yeah.
which is always good.
Definitely.
So
So your other passion, taxes.
Yes,
As you
taxes.
built a big career in taxes and you seem to love taxes.
I do
So
love
let's
taxes.
talk
I know
a little bit about
I know
that.
it's wild. So I just had a wild hair 10 years ago. I've been doing taxes for 10 years. And I was sitting on the porch and my kids were playing and I was like, I don't know, I'm bored. What should I do? And I was like, you know what I like doing? I like when I do our taxes, which is, I know, crazy. But since then, I got a job at H&R Block way back then, and I've worked there for 10 years.
Okay.
I just got my enrolled agent with the IRS, which is equidistant to being a CPA.
Okay.
So, which I know CPAs probably get mad at me for saying that, but we are kind of the same. They just know more accounting. But it allows me to have a little bit more like autonomy. I work for H&R Block, which and I have no like expectation of leaving because I'm very happy there, but it does allow me to. Like I could
Right.
open up my own tax business if I wanted to down the road.
Sure.
And again, more training. It also lets me represent you. Like if you got an IRS letter and you had to go to court,
Right.
I could actually go to court and represent you.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool certification, and it is as high as I can go. So I'm done there.
All right.
But I did move offices this year. So I've been at the Village Green location for the past 10 years, and this year I'm going to be at Peerless Crossing,
Okay.
which I'm super excited about because it's an old CPA firm, and so it's got like all the like law office desks.
There you
It's
go.
super bougie, and I am very excited about it. So I work with IRS letters, obviously regular taxes. I do
Sure.
self-employment taxes. I work with bookkeepers. I mean, like, so I kind of do everything within real estate. I also do a lot of realtors.
Right.
Rental properties, investment homes,
Sure.
so I can do a lot of stuff. I'm going to write a class about it,
Yep.
taxes and real
There you
estate.
go.
That's on my list.
Yeah.
So
Well, and
anyway.
and like you said, people with investment properties and that, there's certain deductions you can
Mm-hmm.
take. People that are independent contractors like realtors, there's certain deductions you can take that the average W-2 person can't.
Right.
So all that, which you can then hopefully, obviously guide them down the right road with that and what deductions they should look for and what they can take
Yeah.
legitimately.
Yeah, I can give them a lot of good advice.
Yeah, because I'm sure in the IRS tax code, there's a lot that we all don't understand, but
Yes.
we leave it to yourself
Yeah.
to help us through all of that.
Yep.
So teaching, you want to talk a little bit more about that? I know you mentioned, you're teaching for the realtors and that, but you also, you homeschooled your kids and that.
I did.
But you've been involved with the school districts here, right?
Yes.
As far as that?
So I took some time off when my kids were little, and I did stay at home with them and just
Right.
homeschool. But as they got older, I kind of got back in the school system. So I currently still substitute with Bradley County. So
Okay.
I'll still go over the high schools. I usually just go high school, middle school. I'll do elementary if it's like my friend
Right,
that needs
right.
me. But It's exhausting.
I would think that
God
upper
bless you,
classes are
elementary
tougher.
teachers. Oh no, those elementary kids. They got you. They want you all the time. The high schoolers and middle schoolers are kind of more autonomous.
Right.
So it's a little bit easier, I think. But I really do love it. I love teaching. I always have. So I like to be able to still get in there and interact with the kids. I mean, it's just fun.
Yeah.
So I try to sub once or twice a month still, just so I can kind of get back in there and see. Plus, I mean, it's good practice. If you can
Sure.
handle a classroom full of those guys, then handling adult education is a piece of cake after that.
Sure.
So I do like it. I still, I worked a lot with special needs students. I worked with a company called Access Academy
Okay.
for a couple of years. And so I have a lot of relationships with them as well. So I can sub in the special ed classrooms, and I love it. It's
Nice.
it's just awesome.
And teaching with real estate agents and that, you've done your education at through TREEF, right?
Mhm, yes.
Which is the Tennessee Real Estate Education.
Yeah.
So that's where you got licensed and
That's where
everything.
we
That's
got
where you mentioned you went
licensed.
to Nashville as far all of that. So let's talk about, after all of that, do you have time for family and personal life with all of that going on?
Sometimes no. I have 4 kids now because my daughter got married.
Okay.
Half of them just left. We're going on a cruise ourselves, travel agent perk. Half of them just left, and they are driving down to Florida today, and then the rest of us will leave later on.
Okay.
But they're all in college now.
Wow.
So that has been interesting. My youngest is 16, but she is doing the TVEC program, so Tennessee Valley Early College.
Okay.
So subsequently, I've been at college a lot too. I've spent more time at Cleveland State, probably thinks I'm enrolled over there because I keep ending up being there working in the lobby.
Sure.
But it has been a very interesting semester. A lot of work, but also a lot of like hanging out, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So a lot of camaraderie within, like, oh gosh, we got to study for this, or do you need help with that, or I'm going to work on my stuff while you're writing your paper.
Sure.
And so it's been nice as far as like getting to spend time together. She also plays lacrosse. So she plays lacrosse for Bradley. And so I have a lot of that too, where we're traveling for lacrosse games,
Sure.
and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
sitting there and screaming and trying to behave ourselves so that people don't get us hauled out of the sport arena. And then my husband is a lieutenant with Bradley County Fire Rescue. So, I try to plan stuff when he's at work.
Right.
So that when he is at home, we can actually all hang out and have that work-life balance. But most of my jobs, they're on the computer.
Demanding, yep.
They're demanding, but like I can also be like, hey, we're gonna eat dinner now.
Right.
And I will respond to this in a minute. So
Sure.
I do like being outside, so that's when I do need a break. I go outside, I'll go for a walk or a run, or like I'll play in the garden and just kind of reset
Mental break.
reset
yeah.
out there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to have the downtime. You
I
can't.
do have downtime.
And stop adding things to your
I know.
your bucket
Well, that's
list
what
here.
everybody says. Everybody's like, oh my gosh. But really and truly, it's a balance. And a lot of them are complimentary. You're doing
to each other.
taxes,
Yep.
but and so you're talking about, oh, well, but we're going to buy a house. Well, let's make our tax
Right.
situation be what it needs to be so that we can
Sure.
buy the house. And it's all kind of complimentary. I try to make
Well,
it that
and
way.
coming from the lending side too, somebody that might not qualify today, but you can help them set a
Yes.
path to buy in 6 months or a year or 2 years or whatever it might be, but to give them that financial information,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not as simple as some people think. It's not difficult. It's just you got to have a plan.
You have to have
for it.
certain stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you do. You've got a checklist of things you
Right.
have to have in order to buy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and especially like with credit and stuff like that, you can say, okay, your credit score is not quite there, but we can get you there.
Yep,
Here's
we
what you
can
need
get
to
you
do.
there.
So,
And this is how. Yeah.
so you got a lot going on.
I got a lot going on.
Before we get to wrapping up here,
Yeah.
we're in this market right now. Feds are meeting, today, and rates will get modified a little bit, but that's just the Fed funding rate. But where do you see next year going? I mean, good for buyers and sellers. What's your overall opinion? And I know we don't have a crystal ball, but if you had to put in thought out there today, where do you see our markets going for next year?
I'm feeling I feel pretty positive.
Yeah.
It feels like to me, I've got a lot of people looking, and it also feels like I'm starting to have sellers that have maybe been waiting. They're starting to feel more comfortable
Sure.
in that it's time to go ahead and put stuff on the market. So I'm seeing a lot more stuff listed that my buyers have been waiting for, you know,
Right.
just
Yep.
there's nothing
Inventory's
for
been,
you.
yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty positive about it. Like I said, I've stayed pretty consistently busy this year. It's been one of my better years. So
That's
I'm positive about it. I think we're heading in an okay direction.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and in the National Association of Realtors yesterday, I was listening to what they were talking about, and they're expecting an uptick in buyers and sales for next year, which is great, and they're expecting inventory to increase, like you just said as well. And they made one comment. I thought, they're probably right. We're at the point now that everybody that was fortunate enough to get that 2.5% interest rate. Well, there's life changes now happening. Like you mentioned, people getting married or kids going to college and you're downsizing. So now it's time to give up that rate.
Right.
Unfortunately, but a 6% rate is still not horrible either.
It's not.
So,
I mean, like statistically, that's
Yeah.
really not bad
Yeah,
at all. It used to
that's
be
a very good norm.
Used to be a really good rate.
Yeah.
But I get it. I mean, I know, we're one of those ones that have that lower interest rate. But life does change, and your kids do move out, and then you start being like, oh, this house is gigantic.
Right.
So things happen, or the opposite. Everybody's moving back in. We need a bigger house.
Yep. So that's where they're looking at, thinking that inventory is going to uptick a little bit because of some of that happening, which is good. And then the rates coming down are going to help the buyers get off the fence and get out there too. So before we wrap up, tell us about Alderman Solutions. Let's talk about that.
So, like we've said, I have a lot of things that I do, and so I've been going to these networking events. Which is so uncomfortable. But I've been doing it because I'm supposed to. And I've actually made a lot of friends, which has been nice.
Good.
And some really good business contacts. So I'm going to keep going. But one thing that I kept having a problem with was like, well, what do you do? And I'm like,
which hat?
So I was thinking about it and I'm like, okay, what can I need a name. I need like an all-encompassing, like, one-stop shop kind of thing. And so I came up with Alderman Solutions. And everything that I do really does connect. So, I am a realtor. I can do a loan.
Sure.
I can do your taxes. I can send you on a trip to Disney. I can do all of those things. Probably not at the same time.
Right.
But it's just kind of I'm a solution. So I wanted an identity that represented how all of that kind of worked together.
Okay.
And so I'm going to say it like this. Clients get one point of contact. I understand their home, their finances, their business, their travel plans, their whole life.
Sure.
Instead of having to bounce between lots of different professionals, you only got to tell me the one thing, and then I kind of can help you get what you want, what you need, by helping you maneuver those other things. Like you said, if you're wanting to buy a house but you're self-employed, you're going to have to talk to your tax professional to make sure that you've got your stuff in a row so that you can do that. So I can help you with that. And even if they don't use me, they don't have to use me for everything, but I have contacts in all of those fields as well so that I can refer out and give that advice. So I think it makes one-stop shop. It makes sense. I can help you. If you got a problem, I can help you.
That's awesome. All right. Give our listeners, again, best ways to reach out to you.
So I am all over social media. So I even have a TikTok, which is not very good, but I have one. So you can reach me on social media. You can probably just Google my name and find me. I'm all over the place. Email again would be aldermanrealty@gmail.com. I've got a website, which is again my name, JamieAlderman.realtor. So if you can type in Jamie, which is spelled Jaime, you'll probably find me. But again, if you want me fast, you better text me. That's the way to get me.
And give that number one more time.
423-715-2002.
Well, Jamie, it's been great. I hope our listeners got a lot out of that. Obviously, credit to you and kudos that you got a lot of different entities that you're involved in significantly, which is great, not just dabbling in it, but your stuff in there. And hopefully that's going to help all of our listeners, and we appreciate you being on the show.
Well, thank you. I wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and call me if you need any kind of help in life.
All right. Thank you, Jamie, for being on the show.
Do you imagine a career with flexibility and limitless income potential? It's possible by becoming a Realtor. The River Counties Association of Realtors, located right here in Cleveland, Tennessee, is ready to help you unlock your potential. We're your go-to resource for guiding you to obtain your Tennessee real estate license. We're more than just realtors. We're a vital part of our community. Partnering with local charities, we work tirelessly to make a difference. Join the River Counties Association of Realtors today, where your career can thrive and community can too. Visit rivercounties.com or call 423-476-5912. Your new path awaits.